What's up, guys? Welcome to How to Crypto, the most hated crypto influencer on YouTube, back again with another FUD video. But I don't just put out FUD just to get the price to go down for whatever reason. I put out honest reviews of crypto projects based off of their use case, not at all based off of the price or where I think it's going to go. And today we are covering Origin Protocol because 6 months ago, I left the company a very bad review on this video here. This was posted from my personal account before I knew I was going to do a crypto side project. And you can see it got 88 likes, 128 dislikes. Most of those dislikes coming right at the beginning of the video, and most of the likes coming within the last few months here after Origin Protocol went down. So once it went down, people could kind of see that I had some merit to the point that I was trying to make. And this review was mostly based around their application called dShop, which is a way to build an e-commerce store and accept crypto payments and pay $0 per month for it. It was like a way to build a free Shopify store, essentially. And me, someone who has extensive experience using Shopify and knows how e-commerce works and what it really takes, I left a review about how there's not even a chance that you can build a profitable store with dShop. And of course, everyone holding the token didn't love it. And I said, you know what? In 6 months, I'll give them another shot. I'll check it out. So here we are, 6 months later, just a couple days before that. The last review was April 5th, 2021. And I actually recorded this on April 4th. So just so you can see here exactly what happened, looking at the 1 year on OGN, on April 4th, I covered the coin. I said it's gonna drop. And then April 5th, boom, 50-cent increase. And then again, like another 50-cent, 60-cent increase. So over the first couple days that it came out, the first 3 days, the coin jumped about double from the price that it was at from when I came out with it. So you can imagine everyone was like, you got wrecked, you idiot. I still was able to sell at a good profit when I sold at like $1.81, 82, something right there, something around that range, I believe it was. But after that spike to $3.10, which everyone was sure was going to go to $5, so who knows if you were able to actually get your selling or not. It hasn't been able to recover. And obviously Bitcoin has been teetering on recovery, and who knows where it's going to go. Today, it just hit 50,000, and it might go up, it might go down, but it is certainly at a testing point, and who knows what happens to OGN if Bitcoin goes up or down. If it goes down, we know it's probably going to go down. If it goes up, it might go up. That's kind of a weird position to be in when the altcoins are following Bitcoin down, but they're not following Bitcoin up. Is kind of a scary time to be in. And this video today is going to show you why I don't think it has a chance to recover. So spoiler alert, not only is Origin Protocol, have they not done anything since the last time I reviewed them, they have removed their dShop product entirely. So they don't even have the e-commerce building site that I reviewed last time. They've just completely gotten rid of it, which they should, because it was no chance to make it, okay? And I'll explain why, exactly why. I'm not just spreading FUD to spread FUD. I'm a online marketer through and through, and that's the experience that I'm coming to the table with. I don't have any experience on blockchain, so if you want the rest of the world's guide to blockchain, as I like to call it, and just look at crypto projects from a point of, do they actually have a viable business? Make sure you subscribe, because I'm going to cover all of the overhyped projects that I don't think actually have a project and are just based on hype, which means that you better sell it when you get a good time to sell it, or at least that's essentially what I'm saying. Oh, I'm not supposed to talk about the price and trading though, but that's essentially what I'm saying. This is not financial advice. So let's take a look at Origin Protocol's website. It's the exact same thing as it was 6 months ago, which is fine. This video, you can watch it. They're just kind of talking about nonsense, honestly. And then you can come in here, and the big thing that they're focusing on now are big NFT drops. So they team up with, I think they even teamed up with Jake Paul. They've gotten some really big, Jake Paul right there. They did his NFT drop. Essentially, they are just the hosting platform for these big artists to do an NFT collection and a launch. So they haven't done a ton. You could just see them all right there. And if we go in here, this is kind of more my stance on NFTs for a second, okay, which I get it, plenty of money to be made. They're the future. They're gonna figure out all these extra applications apart from just being this digital art. It could be the new flex, right? Instead of a Rolex, you buy an NFT and flex it to your friends. And the thing that I think is just so cool about it is like, you know, without me spending, let's see, 4.3 Ethereum on this, which is, you know, we'll say it's about 3,000. It's more like 3,500, but it's over $12,000 for this. You know, I wouldn't be able to enjoy this art right here if it wasn't for me spending $12,000. Or am I just enjoying this art right now anyways? So I still have the same take on NFTs as I did before, which is like, I just don't get it. I don't really care about it. And so for that reason, unless I was really big on NFTs as a whole and thinking that these guys' platform was actually necessary to do NFTs, then that would be a whole other case. I don't really want to invest in products that I don't care about. But I mean, you gotta admit, like, there's just a little bit to this that it's like, look, like, I mean, I don't need the NFT to freaking enjoy this art. Like, they already have it right here, right? Like, I can just watch this video without spending over $10,000 for it. So I don't know how much better the quality is when you own the actual thing, but I know it's just a little bit of, it's cool that you own it. I think the future of NFTs will be a lot cooler than it is today, but for that reason, that's why I'm not really trying to hold NFTs for the long term that come out right now. I think they're not nearly as cool as the ones that will come out in the future that are probably more VR headset based, where it's more of an immersive experience in the art and something a lot cooler than essentially JPEG, right? Hey, I went there. It's like a GIF to MP4 is kind of what it is, and it's extremely expensive. Now, when you go to their products, when you went here before, this is where you would find, you know, here's the NFT Launchpad, all right? It's just a way that if you want to run an NFT sale on their platform and let them middleman it, then you can let them take a huge chunk of it and do whatever marketing that they can based off of, you know, how many Twitter followers they have. So really all you're paying for is their organic audience that they're going to promote it to. Otherwise, if you were a huge celebrity or something, you probably wouldn't want to host it on here. But I think there's probably a lot better ways to do it without OGN taking whatever cut that they take out of the deal, just because you're essentially just paying for an auction platform, which is not hard to set up, especially if you have all this funding and, you know, just to get their organic audience promoting it as well. So just kind of, if you actually would be someone who's looking to do an NFT, just see if their Twitter followers and all that is actually going to be worth it to you to actually hype up your project and get the bidding going up. But this is where dShop used to be. So dShop is their program that it's a Shopify competitor. I typed in Origin Protocol dShop and it looks like I can still go to the page, but it doesn't have, I believe right here before it had like a get started button. They've just completely gotten rid of it. And you know, you could make these websites, but essentially all you could do is this, like you're looking at the home page of a website. The home page having the products immediately on it, and it's basically just a home page mixed with a shopping page. Like look at cart, checkout. So you can see, like, even though that looks nice and you're like, oh my God, but like if you really look at this, you have cart and checkout. Like you don't have home, about, like it's not an actual website you're building. You're just building a place for people to buy your products and accept crypto and likely give Origin Protocol just some kind of payment, right? They're just kind of being the payment processor. And here's one of the main reasons why I knew it had like zero chance to work before, is because Shopify, to be a Shopify competitor, all of the apps that are on Shopify, which there's a ton of them, okay? So like $29 a month is the base cost for Shopify, but most people pay way more for it because they add all of these other applications. Things like abandoned cart, email sequence, checkout things. They do like upsell funnel apps, okay? Like these are just basic apps, Stripe, PayPal, to name a few. This is Teespring, I believe, or Printful, which is a print-on-demand company. So someone that wants to create a t-shirt company can sync with that. But yeah, they're missing a ton of other applications, okay? And you could say, oh, they'll add those applications. No, they won't. That's not on Origin Protocol to build those. That is on Origin Protocol to get so many customers using their application that these other companies say, you know what, we'll make an Origin Protocol version of our app. Look at it like it's Xbox and PlayStation and then some new company wants to make a new console, right? This mini ass little company that wants to make video games, and they make their console and they say, hey, Call of Duty, can you make it for ours as well? They're like, yeah, if you have a shitload of customers, we'll do it. Otherwise, if it doesn't make sense financially, then they're not going to do it. So that's why I knew, because they have zero to offer with this versus a Shopify site, because this won't work. You can't build a legit company website on this. That means that they're not going to get customers, which means that the applications will never follow, which means that the app overall, the entire website builder will never improve. So, hey, case in point, I'm not here to be right about shit, but this time I was. A lot of times, like in the video before, you can see like my thumbnail is called like I hope I'm wrong, because I know a bunch of you were holding it. And of course, I'd love to see a lot of progress happen in the e-commerce industry with crypto, but really there's no need for this to exist. If the problem that it solves is accepting crypto payments, which PayPal should be making pretty easy to just integrate with any normal website nowadays without you having to rebuild an entire website or convince these $1 million e-commerce Shopify stores to say, hey, I know you've spent years perfecting your website, but if you want to go ahead and move it over here, you can save $29 per month. And also you won't have any of the applications that you had before. Your website will be about a tenth of what it was, but you can save $29 per month. That's what their poll was, which means that they're going to lose a lot more sales than $29 a month in the switch. So it's not saving money. The only other product they have is the Origin Dollar, which is essentially just their stable coin. And let's go ahead and just check that out really quick. So OUSD, you can, swap a buck for OUSD and, maybe a little bit of fees, but you can convert your USD, TC, or DAI stable coins into OUSD. And the main pull here is that there's just a higher APY earnings. Now, the only disadvantage is that you do have to lock it. So you have to either do a lock of 30 days, 90 days, or 365 days to recognize these annualized yields. Now, this 25% is really solid. Obviously, this 12.5 is also really solid. 7.5 is also really good. The one other thing that you could do, for those of you who live in the United States, there's an app called VOYAGER, and they pay 9% on the USDC, right? Which is just another stable coin. It's the same thing as holding OUSD, essentially. And you get paid 9% of that. And that does not require you to hold for a minimum of 30 days. You can move that around at any time. So that's one other option that you can do. And the thing I also like about VOYAGER is a lot of these exchanges, they have like sign up bonuses, but they're like deposit 2 Bitcoin and then receive $500. Like it's like a ridiculous amount of coin that you have to deposit. With this one, you can just hold any amount over $100. And or if you trade over $100, not only will they start paying you the 9%, but you'll also get $25 Bitcoin bonus sign up just for doing any kind of trade over $100, whether it's buying USDC or any other coin. So if you want that link, that's in the description. You can get $25 for signing up, and that does support the channel as well. There's a much better option that does not require a 30-day lockup or nearly as many steps to get OUSD, because you have to do a swap for it using a different coin, which means that you have to buy the USDC or USDT from an exchange, send it to your MetaMask wallet, and then do the swap. You're probably going to lose some money in the fees. So unless you stake it for probably at least 90 days, you're probably not even going to make up the fees in a lot of the cases. It depends on how you send the coin. So that's OUSD, okay? It is what it is, all right? It only helps so much, but there are a lot of coins staked. So the thing that Origin has done really, really well is build an audience. But I don't really look at the audience or the price, right? Which are kind of hand in hand. But that's why there's so much market cap still involved. And the fact that they have their Coinbase listing, which was, somewhere in here, it shows that like they'll always have like some interest, like a good amount of eyeballs on the coin. So that's kind of why I feel like it's kind of just been teetering in this area. Maybe not a horrible one to do some day trading on, but ultimately, when I'm looking at which one can I hold for the long term and not break a sweat about what's it at, and I can just hold it without looking at the price every day, this one be one for me, because in the last 6 months, all they've done, I swear, like you can go back to my other video, you can look, the website's the exact same. All they've done in the last 6 months is remove one of their main products. one of their two main products. The other thing that they have is the NFT Launchpad, and you can see with their year of being in service, they've only done so many launches. In order for someone to buy the NFTs from their website, you have to use Ethereum. You don't even have to use OGN. So even if their NFT launch platform goes over well, it doesn't require people to buy their coin. So it doesn't have a natural way for the coin's value to go up in price. One more thing that I want to point out, like one of the things that they're most known for is just having a team that has like some cool shit like this. Like he's the first employee at YouTube, right? He previously led engineering teams at PayPal, YouTube, Google, and Dropbox. This page hasn't changed at all either, but their investors page, you can also look at like how much they've raised, all that stuff. But this was raised like when they actually had the dShop product too. So like they really haven't done anything. And you can go follow them on Twitter. I think they've built a good audience over there. But apart from building an audience, it doesn't seem like they've really built any kind of working product. And just because they have a great team doesn't really mean anything to me. I think we put a lot, way too much emphasis on like who's their team. Oh, they've had success before. They must have the Midas touch. They must, whatever they do must be awesome. And that's just not good, right? Like you can look at any major entrepreneur, like look at Donald Trump, look at Elon Musk, look at all their projects, and a ton of them are failed, right? Like it doesn't matter who you are, like you're still gonna have a lot of failures. It's like just natural part of entrepreneurship. So it's not to say that the team shouldn't be highly considered, but a great team and a bad product, like a product that solves nothing, like literally nothing. A product that solves nothing with a great team is a short-term success. A great product and a great team is a long-term success. A great product and a bad team is the greatest thing no one's ever heard of. And what I see this is as a great team or marketing team more so, and then a product that literally does nothing, which means short-term success in my book, which is why I don't think this thing is really going to ever recover. I do think it's just kind of going to bleed from here, especially if Bitcoin goes down again. It's at 50 something, like 51,000 right now. If that hits like another honest pullback, we could see this definitely fall with it. And it's very hard for this to recover just because it doesn't have a lot of big news stories. It doesn't have Sheldon Evans covering it again. Once he covers a coin, it's just done. So most of the things, like Sheldon Evans isn't trying to do pump and dumps, but that's just kind of naturally what happens because a lot of the projects he covers are actually shit. Like they actually can't do anything and they're just pure hype. And then this is why I did this series where I'm like, let me check on them in 6 months. And if you checked my other video on iOS that I came out with last week and shopping.io, who I'm going to do next week, which I don't even know about yet, but I pretty much already do, you're going to see that these projects build a base website just so that they can show you like, oh, we're the future, and then they don't ever do shit again. And the reason why I'm stuck on this page, I wanted to show you these testimonials because I don't even see these as testimonials, all right? The reason we invested in Origin was primarily because of the team. Same reasoning that I just told you. They're just literally like, you first employee of YouTube, all right, here's a bunch of money. Like, why would that be the main reason why you'd invest? Just because the person had success before. They don't have a good product and it doesn't solve any problem at all. What are you even investing in? We're talking about over 100,000 members around the world that are hardcore fans of Origin. This is like a stock, like a stock saying we've had this many people buy our stock, and it's just like great, like they're all trying to make money, so it doesn't mean anything about the project. And then the last one, again, Origin stands out from any of the other decentralized applications that we've invested into because they've gone out there and built probably the best community that we've seen. So again, it's a testimonial about their marketing, and I can't find testimonials about their product on here because I just went over their product. We're already done with it. You don't even need to use OGN token to do the NFT Launchpad, okay? There's not even a reason to buy OGN token apart from the OUSD, which OUSD is not the OGN token. So essentially they have two cryptocurrencies. They have their stablecoin and then they have OGN token. And currently right now, you don't need to use OGN token to do anything unless you want to stake OGN token or trade it. It has no value apart from trading. It has no application. They got rid of one of their two main applications in the last 6 months, and they have done a total of 22 different launches, and I think a lot of these were within their first couple months. All you're buying is them listing it on their site. Otherwise, there's no reason the price of this project would go up unless another crypto influencer hypes it up. And if they do, then that sounds like a good day to sell, because it's not going to keep going up from there unless it's just more news after news after news about nothing. All right, there's nothing to even cover here. There's no substance. So that's my review of the project. I was hoping that we'd see a lot of progress. I knew we wouldn't, but hey, hopefully I'm wrong about shopping.io. Make sure you subscribe. If you want to see me cover that project as well as any other projects in the future, please comment below any other projects that are super hyped right now that you want me to just go look at the actual use case from a business standpoint. Then I'd be happy to cover. Drop that below. Make sure you turn on all notifications too, because you could be holding a bag of something that's about to fall. And I don't have a big enough subscriber base to crash tokens yet. So that means if you want to be in this early group, you're going to hear about me covering products that are shit, but you're not going to be seeing me crash these coins either. So good time to get in if you want to be part of the How To Crypto army. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.